You know what happened to me, John, this weekend?
What do you got?
I once again, for the first time in a long time, have been torn down by sports again.
Oh, okay. Yes. I've heard tale of this. And I saw a little video, maybe you and Tank arguing a bit.
Not leading. Right, I fucking can't stand you, dude. Say one good thing about the team one fucking time. You're still What's the point of rooting for the team if you're not even gonna root for a ninth-inning rally? What's even the fucking point, Frank? But that's the point. The Mets make these fucking miserable. What's even the fucking point?
I'm not going to go into like too much of it because you can go listen to the ins and outs of it on We Gotta Believe with Clem and myself. But bro, like in the blink of an eye, they've been up.
Bad? So you guys are done, right? Well, you're what? You're tied first place?
No, John.
No, you're down?
We're down 2.5 games, John.
Shut the fuck up.
It went from 4 to 2.5. The Phillies swept us this weekend. It was like
I didn't know that.
I was, you know what? I actually I'll show you the receipts. I texted the group chat and I said, privately, I'm calling for a sweep. I didn't want to say it publicly. I've been rooting for my guys, but I was like, there's no way we win a game this weekend. And that's exactly what happened. And I knew that this team had some major issues with injuries and underperformance, but I still was like, we're up 4 games and we've been up 4 games. And there's just no reason to think that the Phillies are just going to become this awesome team. And guess what they did, John? They just became an awesome team. They won 8 of their last 10, and the Mets lost 8 of their last 10, and then poof, it's all gone.
I might be a bigger Mets fan than you are right now, to be totally honest.
Because you want Frank to be miserable?
No. I want the Mets. Oh, wait, what'd you say?
Because you want Frank to be,
I just want you to be right. I don't care about.
Yes.
I'm with you, baby. You know, like I want you to be right.
Frank is, and now I've got these motherfucking idiots who are coming at me saying Frank was right and you need to apologize to Frank. Frank is just the Max Kellerman of the Mets. He just screams every single night about a reason why they're going to be bad and a reason why they're going to lose. And he's wrong for 4 months. And then finally the Mets start playing bad. And what happens to them are things that like we knew had been happening and we knew were possible. It's not like he predicted some fucking thing that nobody saw coming. Frank Fleming is just, listen, the Mets have been out of it for 30 straight years. And if you just say it every year, you're quote unquote right. I guess so.
Oh, we're talking cliff? Yeah, because one day Brady will fall off the cliff.
And then they'll be like, I was right. Well, you were wrong for a decade straight. This is like the microcosm version of it where it's like, well, from the very beginning, Frank has been saying this and he was proven wrong for 4 fucking straight months. And the things that Frank complains about don't even really have, like, Frank's complaining about the old GM, the one who sent all the text messages. Like, Frank, what?
Who's the GM for a week and a half?
Yeah, like that has no effect at all. He said the 3 things that the 3 reasons he believes that Cohen hasn't changed the Mets are the GM situation, injuries. He thinks that Cohen's to fault for the injuries, and Kumar Rocker, who's the dude that was like an awesome college player.
I know Kumar.
So I don't know what's going on with that. They didn't sign him though. I think something major is afoot with that guy. Like,
Peter Gammons was very vocal about the fact that he said that he knows scouts who are saying all year he's hurt.
I don't even know if I think it's more than just hurt though, because apparently,
really?
So here's the scoop I heard from an unnamed source. They said, if you think they were like, if I don't know if I can say, they were like, look at our draft the past few years. If you think we're afraid of injuries, because I guess they've signed guys who have had Tommy John and whatnot, leading people to like, meaning like it's not injuries, and they fully pulled their offer altogether. So I'm like, I don't know, man. That seems like there's something more going on there that's even beyond. But anyway, that's besides the point. The point here, John, is that, you know, I went through a collapse in 2007, and now this is the middle of the year. So maybe the Phillies blew their load too early. maybe the Mets can get healthy and make a run. But boy, being back in a collapse mode, it's like that's a young man's game. Dealing with that shit, you got to be young. You got to be able to like
young man's
being a fan of a
heart attacks are for young men, and that's it.
It's like it's kind of like drinking and getting a hangover. It's like when I don't drink anymore because I'm like the hangovers are literally too much for me to handle. A collapse at the age of 36, 2 kids. I mean, you know what I mean? When I was the collapse of 2007, I was a child. I was a baby. It's like, I'm going to go out and party, try to get laid. I'll do all the fun stuff to counteract how bad this is over here. And now it's like, oh, good. The collapse is complete. I have to go put my kids to bed. Oh, the Mets aren't in first place anymore. And also it's time to cut a check for child support. Oh, the Mets blew a 4-game lead in the blink of an eye. I have to put a down payment on a house for a place that I'm not even going to live in, John. Oh, the Phillies are in first place and my Hyundai's breaking again. I mean, it's an ugly scene over here. I am down bad, John.
Kevin, what that rant is a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. That's so goddamn fucking funny. It's not even funny. That's so fucking funny.
It's not funny. It is not, man. It's brutal, dude. I either need like the Mets to have a miraculous comeback, because how sweet would that be if I could just shove it in all the Fleming fans' faces and be right and have them be good.
No, I'm rooting for the Mets harder than I'm rooting for the Red Sox.
Yo, we're in the same boat, brother. We are in the same boat right now. You guys were a much better team and had a real shot at contending. The Mets were just going to hopefully beat out a shitty division. But we are right now in the same boat. And, like here's what gives me solace. I'm thinking like the Red Sox could easily turn it back on. The Red Sox aren't in, but so then maybe the Mets can too. But I don't know. The Mets are way worse than the Red Sox. Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not. But you know what I mean? And this is where the video you're talking about, John, me and Frank and a bunch of the boys were watching. Frank was so insufferable. Big T was next to me. And he goes, bro, I'm a Braves fan. I need the Mets to lose right now. And even I'm rooting for them to fucking win. Because Frank is just – John, the bases were loaded. The Mets were down 3. Dude gets a chopper infield single to score a run. The rally keeps going. We're now only down by 2. Frank goes, so what? We're not even tied yet. We're still losing. I'm like, bro, if you're literally not even going to cheer for
scoring runs is good.
Yeah, you're scoring runs in the bottom of the 9th with the bases loaded. And they ended up losing. So he's like, told you so. I'm like, yeah, I guess you were right, Frank. But you're literally rooting against the fucking team.
Be happy. When you score runs, be happy. It's very easy.
And this is, I'll leave it at this.
Be happy.
I'll leave it at this because I know KFC radio fans, like I said, go listen to We Gotta Believe if you want to hear a real Mets talk. But people are like, how can you stay calm and positive about this? Because my thing too is if they end up sucking like the rest of the way, that this year wasn't their year to win the World Series anyway. It's part of a bigger picture, all that. But these fans say, how can you be so calm and positive? Because you used to be Mr. Negative. And I'm like, isn't that the point? Like if I, Mr. Negative, can see the big picture here, and you're still being the Debbie Downer asshole, that should show you how fucking stupid you're being. Because even I can understand the big picture. So if I can, you can. You fucking assholes.
You want the good news or the bad news? What do you want, the good news or the bad news?
I always go good news first.
All right, the good news is when we started this shit, only 10% of people watching our YouTube videos were subscribed. And now it's up to 40%. So that's almost like a 50-50 split. That's a 30% increase. A little math for you. That's the good news.
Too much math for me, but it's good news.
You know what the bad news is? That still means 60% of you motherfuckers aren't subscribed. It still means the majority.
It's a good thing I asked first, because that would have been backwards.
That'd have been terrible, yeah. Imagine if I was like, well, the good news is...
It's good thing I fucking go good news first.
60% still just freeloading off of our videos. And guess what? It's YouTube. You're all freeloading. It's not really all... The only cost is to push the fucking button.
Just push it. Push the button.
Push it. Push it real good.
Push it real good!